Imagine holding a book written in a language no one on earth has ever understood. A book filled with drawings of plants that don't exist. Strange naked figures bathing in green liquid, and cryptic astronomical charts that defy explanation. For over 600 years, this mysterious manuscript has baffled scholars, linguists, and cryptographers alike. They call it the Voynich Manuscript.
What if this book isn't just a random jumble of symbols, but a message, a hidden knowledge from an ancient world waiting for the right person to unlock it? Could it be the diary of an alchemist, a coded message from another civilization, or something even more otherworldly? Today, we'll journey deep into one of the greatest puzzles in human history, a riddle written in ink, bound in vellum, and protected by time itself. This isn't just a book, it's a centuries-old enigma. A riddle that has outlived empires, survived wars, and resisted every attempt to decode its meaning. From the world's greatest cryptographers to modern AI, no one has managed to crack its code. But the real question is, what if the Voynich Manuscript was never meant to be understood at all? To understand the mystery, we must go back to the year 1912, when an antique book dealer named Wilfrid Voynich stumbled upon a dusty, forgotten manuscript in an old Jesuit college in Italy. What he discovered that day would forever change the landscape of historical enigmas. Imagine opening a book and finding yourself lost in a sea of strange symbols, letters that twist and curve in ways no alphabet ever has. For over 5 centuries, cryptographers, linguists, and even spies have tried to decode these markings, yet not a single line of the Voynich Manuscript has ever been conclusively read. The writing flows smoothly, as though penned by someone fluent in the language. But the alphabet matches nothing on Earth. No Latin, no Greek, no Hebrew. Each symbol is unique, looping like vines, dotted with stars, and divided into strange clusters that suggest grammar and rhythm. Some believe it's a lost human language. Others whisper it might not be human at all. Over the centuries, scholars and dreamers alike have proposed wild theories to explain this cryptic language. Some say it's an ancient code, a cipher created by a forgotten order of alchemists. Others believe it's a lost proto-language from a vanished civilization. But then there are those who claim it's all an elaborate hoax, a medieval trick designed to fool kings and scholars alike. During World War II, some of the world's best codebreakers, the very same men who cracked the Nazi enigma, were brought in to analyze it. They failed. The patterns didn't match any known code, and the structure seemed too perfect to be random. One of the earliest skeptics was a historian named Wilfrid Voynich himself, though he never admitted it publicly. Some claim the book was fabricated in the 1400s to trick the wealthy into buying a magical manuscript. But that theory collapsed when scientists carbon dated the parchment. The result? Early 1400s, genuine. The ink, too, matched the era. Whoever wrote it honestly. Which leaves one terrifying question. If it's real, who wrote it? From 1912 onward, brilliant minds have lost years of their lives chasing the manuscript's secrets. Linguists mapped letter frequencies,
Mathematicians analyzed word patterns, and artificial intelligence even tried to interpret the structure. And what did they find? The writing behaves like a real language, but one with no known relatives. Words appear in natural rhythm. Some symbols repeat like vowels, others like consonants. Yet its meaning remains locked away, silent and stubborn. And then there are the illustrations. They are just as strange. Plants that don't exist, stars arranged in impossible patterns, naked women bathing in pools connected by green tubes. Are these metaphors for alchemy? Are they medical diagrams from another world? Or are they simply the imagination of a brilliant, eccentric mind? As decades passed, historians began to focus on one burning question: who wrote the Voynich Manuscript? Some pointed toward Roger Bacon, a 13th century English philosopher often called the father of experimental science. Bacon was fascinated by alchemy, medicine, and the stars, just like the drawings inside the book. When Voynich found the manuscript, he truly believed it was Bacon's lost work. But there was a problem. The parchment was dated nearly 200 years after Bacon's death. Others proposed John Dee, the mystical advisor to Queen Elizabeth I, a man obsessed with angels, secret codes, and communication with the divine. Dee's diaries mentioned mysterious books filled with unknown languages. Could this have been one of them? Another theory points to an even stranger author, an unknown alchemist or healer who mixed ancient herbal medicine with secret spiritual knowledge. The plants drawn in the Voynich Manuscript could be ingredients in lost elixirs. The diagrams might represent a path to eternal life, or the human body as a sacred vessel. The bathing women, possibly symbolic, a rebirth through nature's alchemy. For those who believed in magic and transformation, the manuscript might have been a manual for transcendence itself. In the 1940s, cryptographers from the US military, the same experts who cracked Nazi codes, took on the Voynich challenge. They analyzed every letter, every curve, every repeated symbol. The patterns behaved mathematically like language: word frequency, syntax, sentence length, but nothing matched any human tongue. Their conclusion? It's too perfect to be nonsense, yet too foreign to be real. In the 21st century, modern science joined the hunt. Using carbon dating, experts confirmed the parchment was made between 1404 and 1438. Ink analysis revealed authentic medieval materials. Nothing about it was fake. The book was real. Then AI linguists ran algorithms on its text. The results? The symbols followed a structure similar to natural languages, but not identical to any known one. Some researchers claim the text might be encoded Hebrew or Old Turkish. Others said it could be an invented language, a constructed script meant to hide forbidden knowledge. In 2018, a group of computer scientists used deep learning to analyze the Voynich text.
They compared symbol frequencies to hundreds of languages, from ancient Latin to Sanskrit. One AI claimed to find patterns resembling Hebrew syntax, but when experts tried translating it, the meaning vanished into nonsense. The AI could see structure, but not sense. It was as though the book was alive, reacting to every attempt to understand it, revealing just enough to keep us curious, and then closing its secrets again. After centuries of study, the Voynich Manuscript remains one of the last great unsolved codes in human history. It refuses to fit any pattern, historical, linguistic, or scientific. Every new discovery leads only to deeper confusion. Was it a genius's secret invention? A forgotten language from another culture? Or the work of a mind so far ahead of its time, we're still catching up? 600 years later, the Voynich Manuscript still defies time itself. It has survived fires, wars, and the fall of empires. Its pages untouched by translation, its words still whispering in a voice no one can decode. It has outlived kings and scholars, charlatans and scientists, and yet it continues to draw the curious, the dreamers, the codebreakers, as if it knows that the real secret is not in its meaning, but in its mystery. Why are we so obsessed with understanding it? Because the Voynich Manuscript mirrors our greatest desire, to know the unknown. Every page reminds us of our limits, that even in an age of supercomputers and artificial intelligence, there are still riddles beyond our reach. Maybe that's why it captivates us, because in its silence, it teaches humility. New theories still appear every year. Some claim it's the work of a medieval genius encoding scientific discoveries to protect them from persecution. Others believe it's an elaborate hoax, a 15th century trick that fooled the world for centuries. But none of these answers ever feel complete. The symbols remain, the drawings stay the same, the secret intact. Perhaps the truth is more personal. Maybe the Voynich Manuscript isn't meant to be solved at all. Maybe it's a mirror, reflecting whoever tries to read it. To the scientists, it's a code. To the mystic, a prophecy. To the artist, a masterpiece of imagination. And that is its genius. So the book waits, quiet, patient, eternal. On its pages lie secrets that have outlasted every age of reason. And maybe one day, someone will find the key. Or maybe the mystery was the message all along. Because sometimes the greatest discoveries are not in what we decode, but in what keeps us searching. What if the Voynich Manuscript was never meant to be read, but to remind us that curiosity itself is the oldest magic of all?
Please subscribe and press the bell icon.